Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Plant Fanatics. Today, I'm going to be telling you how to protect your blooming plants from late frost, so stay tuned. So this winter has been really crazy. We had some of the lowest temperatures we've had in 120 years here in Arkansas, Zone 7. We had Zone 5 temperatures, negative 15 degrees. If you guys have been watching the channel, I've said that a lot, and it's just been so crazy. It's affected the entire garden. But now we're getting really warm temperatures for this time of year. It's not unusual for us to be in the 60s and 70s, but we're still going to get frosts at night. But we've been going on 3 weeks without having a single frost, and now there's a frost in the forecast, but I've got my AU Rosa plum tree out in the garden flowering. It has hundreds of blooms all over it. So, how do we protect those blooms when we know we're getting a frost? I always do what the citrus farmers tend to do when they're going to get a late frost that's going to harm their crop. I go out and I spray water from the hose all over the tree. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but if you've been growing in your garden for any amount of time, then you know that sometimes you'll get a rain the night before you have a frost, and you think that all your flowers on your fruit trees are going to be dead, and you come out the next day and they're perfectly fine. And then you're waiting a couple of days to see if they fall off because they got frozen, and they never do. How did that happen? Well, when water goes onto a tree or goes onto any of your flowering plants, doesn't matter what it is, when it's freezing, it's actually releasing energy in the form of heat. And so what that heat does is actually protect the plant from being frosted. So we want to replicate what happens naturally sometimes every time we're going to have a late frost to protect those blooms. So all we're going to do is go out into the garden the night before the freeze, and we just spray our trees with water from a garden hose, or you can use a watering can, however you can get water all over the plant. And then what that's going to do is have all of those leaves and flowers be covered in water, and then that water is going to want to freeze, and while it's freezing, it's going to release that heat. And that's enough to keep those blooms and to keep those leaves nice and healthy and to survive those late frosts. That's for not a hard frost, that's for a light frost. So somewhere in the vicinity of 29 and 32 degrees. When we start getting below those temperatures, it is possible for this method to work. A lot of nurseries will actually have sprinkler systems set above their plants where it's just sprinkling water all night. And that's going to continue to keep that heat process going. Obviously, most of us can't do that, so you may get damage if we're getting too low. If we're getting into the low to mid 20s, that might be too much for the plant to bear, but not always. It just depends how long that freeze is lasting. If it's only a couple of hours, then it might actually survive. But all I'm saying is that if you're going to get light frosts, which tends to happen with all these late freezes that are going on, then it's very easy to take care of that by just spritzing water all over your trees, all over your plants, and it really does work. Go out and try it if you've never tried it before. And I promise you that I've seen it so many times before I learned about this where it rained and I just couldn't understand how the plants were surviving. It really works. Go ahead, give it a try. If you guys like the videos, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and share with any of your friends who might need this information. There's a lot of times here in Zone 7 where we get thrown a loop, we get those late frosts, and I like some of the fruit trees that flower a little earlier, and this is the only way that I know to take care of it. You can cover your trees, but it's not as easy as just spraying water on there. So anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope this helps you out, and I look forward to speaking to you guys again soon.